Hi, hello, and good evening. It is September 8th, and we may have just watched the most exciting episode of Big Brother 24. I mean, honestly, coming off the heels of this double, the hell with the split house twist. Tonight was everything. We have a lot to discuss. We have to
Oh
go
yeah.
through the BB comics. We have to go through our own BB comics contest. And then everything else that actually went on. We got so much to do. Let's not waste any time. Let's get into it. All right. I am Kyle Petty, and I am joined by my bestie besties, John Dunphy and Gina Morgino. This is Jury Duty, your favorite Big Brother podcast. You can find us on the socials at BB Jury Duty or on our website at bbjuryduty.com. Let me tell you something. I had a rough day today, okay? I worked a little over 12 hours, okay? But honestly, the person who had the roughest day today was none other than our proposed queen, Miss Julie Chen Moonves.
Good evening and welcome to Big Brother. I'm Julie Chen Moonves. Welcome to Double Eviction Night on our show.
She didn't know who she was. She didn't know what show she was hosting.
We should have known right from the jump that this was going to be a night.
I'm telling you, what a hot mess.
I love
our show.
Yeah, I love on our show.
I said, not Julie needing a cue card for her own name.
Where am I? Am I on The View? What is this? What's happening? The talk?
Right
I don't know.
get-
She's a disaster. But we love her anyway. Much love
It was the
to
perfect
Miss
way
Julie
to
Chen
start, though.
Moonves. Honestly, it was the perfect way to start.
I-
The perfect episode.
Yeah, and can I
Yeah.
also say, just very briefly, because you mentioned before, like we might have just had the best episode of the season so far, right?
Mhm.
Like,
yeah.
you remember weeks ago, before jury even started, when Daniel was like, "Okay, yeah, send me out. The season will just be boring."
Boring.
Remember week one when we were saying this is probably the worst season of all time?
Yeah, I was ready to call it curtains. I was like, listen,
Oh, man.
the hell with this. Honestly, maybe we should just cancel the podcast. Like, how are we going to continue on? What are we going to do with ourselves? Meanwhile,
Truly, not only was this the best episode of the season, this was the best episode of Big Brother I've seen in years.
yes,
Years.
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
we finally got our shit right. Okay. Hi, Jason. All right, this is becoming a running
Jason.
trend now.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like it. It's good, I think.
I
No,
like
I'm here for it.
It's good, I think. Yeah, you know what? I favorite it every time. I favorite it. So wait, hold on. I forgot to remove it. So
You can keep it there. That's fine.
I mean, just leave it there all night. Just make sure everybody knows. Matt. That was
what's up, Matt?
insane. Dare I say, more twisted than a pretzel? Yeah, thank goodness we got a metaphor now that we lost Jasmine. I never thought I might miss her.
Oh man. I mean, we got her tonight, but we'll get there.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did get her, and I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it for the first time ever. Yeah. So good. So good. So where do we start? Let's start with last night, right? That's the best place to start, isn't it? Of course it is.
Yeah.
That's where we were. We went into last night with Michael as the head of household, basically running things, blah, 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 blah. And we saw Alyssa and Terrance as the initial nominees on the block, okay? And then, we played our iconic BB Comics Veto comp.
Oh yeah.
I know we need to get through these BB comics and we have to rate everything, but I feel like that's not really why people are here on tonight. So we should do that at the end.
Yeah,
Maybe
I
a
agree.
little later. Yeah. Let's push that off. We definitely want to run through each comic like we do. Yeah, we have to. We're gonna do it. But listen, it's 11:15. Y'all probably want to get to bed. You can check our BB Comics recap later on. Yeah. So we play BB Comics, same comp we've always seen, running down the zip line. Please notice the difference as you go by. Can I just say that there is absolutely no way I would be accomplishing this in 9 minutes, 12 minutes, 15, 18, or 21. I would definitely max out. I don't know what the minutes are, but I would reach it, and I
think it maxes out at 45.
Yeah, I'm sure I'd be at 90. like I really can't imagine like any version of this. Like, how many times can you go up that damn ladder without being completely winded? Like,
I would like to think that I would be good at it, but to see the time that came through as the fastest time in this episode, I said, no way.
No.
Absolutely not. Not a chance.
I mean, not unless you just took one comic at a time, but with 15
Even
to do.
Still, man.
Right. I don't really get it. I don't get how it happens.
Right. Absolutely insane.
I'm sorry. Like even then, be at 15 minutes, meaning like 1 minute per comic, I still think is entirely too rapid.
That's totally true.
Yeah, I'd never make it. But of course, to no one's surprise, Michael takes the win here. Total fucking snooze. Well,
this was his record-breaking veto win, right?
Yes.
So he did. This was the competition he won to break Janelle's veto record and tie her overall record, right? So,
yes.
Noteworthy. It is noteworthy.
It is noteworthy. I hope that we would not make note of it.
But he only tied the all-time, which I know you're thrilled about.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Like, honestly, I'm just absolutely thrilled. I was just shook to the core. Like, I'm telling you, I'm just so happy. I'm just so happy. I really am. Michael decides not to use the power he won, his record-breaking power. Mm-hmm. All right, leaves Alyssa and Terrance up on the block. Do we have any initial thoughts about this? Did we have any thoughts? Who cares?
I mean, I was fine with either of them going. It just wasn't the best move for Michael.
Right. Brittany was
trying
to get him to
put up. What was the best move for Michael? Well,
I mean, the best move for Michael, and we were saying it all week leading up to this too, was to put up Turner, but he wasn't going to because of his morality. And even he knew, even he was saying in his DRs, like, it's bad for my game to keep Turner here, but I promised him safety. And I said, that's stupid.
Yeah. Brittany,
that's dumb.
And Turner was absolutely the biggest threat that he should have gotten out. But Brittany was trying to convince him, if not Turner, at least try to go after Monty. You know, that was another. But
Brittany was pretty much saying that he should go after Turner, wasn't?
Yeah.
She?
No, she was trying to convince him of both of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Totally ignored. Oh, yeah. Jason echoes these sentiments. Brittany warned him. She sure did. And it would have been a slam dunk.
Yup. All right.
Foreshadowing.
Okay.
You're welcome. And all of these events transpired to lead to DJ Showtime or Snow Time. Melting away.
Bye.
Oh my god! Did you prepare all these puns tonight?
No, that was really right in the moment. I promise. Like that one melting away. I get to take all. I know. Honestly, that was right in the moment. I'm really proud of myself. Don't take that from me.
All right. I like it.
Yeah, I'm so happy to see him go, especially when he was sitting out there with Miss Julie talking about how he wants to see Taylor go out next. Like, what the fuck is that?
He literally was shitting on this poor woman until the very last moment. I'm
so tired of him.
he makes no sense to me. I just so now he's saying this about Taylor as he's sitting on the outside of the house. For some reason, is like saying that it would bring peace to his heart to see Taylor walk out next. Why? Meanwhile,
as if she's been so disruptive to you, and your peace while you've been in the house,
right? Meanwhile, a couple weeks ago, right? Or I guess that was just last week, right? He's walking around the house campaigning for Kyle to stay after everything that happened, which would have sent Taylor out the door if he convinced everyone to keep Kyle. Clown. But then this week, when Terrance is in danger, now he's sitting in the backyard saying to Taylor, "Oh, I would love to see another person of color win. I would love to see you or Monty win." Blah blah blah. Meanwhile, it's like, you're using this as a pitch now to try to keep yourself in the game. Meanwhile, the minute you get outside, you're going, "Oh, it would bring peace to my heart if Taylor left." Well, what happened to you saying you would be happy to see Taylor win the game because you want to see another person of color win? It was all bullshit.
Well, except that's not exactly what he said, though, unless I missed a little bit there. What he said is he wanted a person of color to win. He wanted a black person to win. Yes. I don't think he was being so specific to say Taylor.
He told Taylor he would love to see her win.
Yeah.
Oh, he did. He did.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is even more low down and disgusting. Get out of here!
And then even just on his way out, he like shouts out Daniel. I'm like, what a buffoon! What is the matter with you?
And then in his exit interview, saying that the people that he was the closest to was Daniel and Nicole.
Yeah, shut up, my guy. Goodbye. He's
Goodbye.
Oh, he's so awful.
Honestly, although I have to admit that I am very excited to see how things go with his jury vote. I'm excited to see what Terrance has to say in jury. I'm sure I won't like it, but
according to him, he's got plenty to talk about. So we'll see.
So can we get to the jury segment,
please?
Because I thought the jury segment is very interesting. Yeah. Well, first of all, can we also just make mention of the fact that I forgot that Indy even existed. I didn't know anything about her. So there she was. I'm like, oh, Indy. I'm like, oh, okay, hey, girl. And then so Jasmine enters the house with nary a word. Okay, no one shows her entrance. Nothing like that. Everything was about Joseph coming in. Okay?
Jasmine, she was walking in. She was like a blur in the background, and you just saw somebody limping into the backyard.
It's so good. This is so man good. And so fitting. My goodness, does she suck? However, so Joseph enters the jury house and then proceeds to act like he's everybody's saint. Now listen, I am not about to forget the Taylor slander. Okay. And I'm not a huge Taylor stan. Okay. I'm not all that. I like her. Think she's great. I'm having a good time watching her. But I am not on board with every single move against her. It should be I'm not really there. It's a game. It's still a game.
Sure.
But Joseph totally exposing Taylor's game. And then you want to act like, anybody working against her, oh, what are you talking about? What you talking about? It's like, yo, we saw you.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see how he reacted to when he saw that Turner had nominated Taylor? He acted so oh my god! It was like, dude,
why? Well, because of what you said.
Him watching the HOH competition too. He was like, "Yes, Taylor!" He was cheering for her. I was
I was disgusted. I was like, enough now. This performance of crap. Maybe it's not. If he was trying to save your game, I don't know. I'm not trying to be rude, but really not about it. So
we've seen that people can turn on each other very quickly. We saw that in
people will say whatever they want. They gotta say to get off that block.
I can't wait to get to all that.
Oh, I'm excited
because I have a lot of mixed opinion. I like to be the contrarian, so I really can't wait to get to that. But first, you're welcome. Kyle enters the jury house, and I don't know. People were really upset about the reason why he landed there. What did you think about this conversation? Because he was pretty honest about like all the events that transpired that led him to his entrance in the jury house. What did you think about these things?
Listen, I don't know why I didn't anticipate the jury segment to be Kyle getting ripped apart, but it was exactly what I needed. Like they
Yes.
crucified him as soon as he started talking about what happened. Like, oh, it was rough. Like Indy fully stormed out, was like, I can't be a part of this conversation anymore, left. I was like, whoa. Like it got real tense real fast.
Yeah.
It's interesting too because, you know, Kyle coming in and seeing Joseph, Indy, and Jasmine in the jury house, and now having to explain it to them without them actually having been in the house is, I'm sure, a very different experience, you know. So, like, they're sitting there, and Kyle is just coming out and saying, like, I left the game because of reasons that weren't game related. And you had to explain it by saying, like, yeah, there were things that I said about race and this and that, you know. So it's like, it's interesting because I feel like no matter if you were in the house when you found out about it the way they did or now in the jury house, it's a terrible thing to find out and to hear. But like they also don't have like the context and all the conversations of the people. You know what I mean? Like to have somebody just come into the backyard and like, I left the game because of race. As a person, if I was a person of color, I'd be like, what do you mean you left because of race? Like,
right.
Well, because the other thing is like at least everybody in the house had the buffer of finding out through Michael and Brittany, got to take a moment to like process it and then approach Kyle. Kyle told them to their faces. They did not get like that extra buffer. They were just straight up being told like right from the get, hey, this is what happened. And it affected every single one of them.
Yeah. I think the most impactful moment for me was really when Jasmine was like, you know, I'm hearing everything you're saying. And I don't really love any of it. But I also don't love the complacency of Brittany and Michael. She also did not use a word as fancy as complacency. So I want to make sure that I get the credit for that because I often jam up some vocabulary. So I just want to make sure that was like pointed out. But I agree with her for the very first time. Like, I don't think enough focus was really placed on the fact that, you know, Michael and Brittany used that like to benefit their game. Like that really bothers me. It's very, very icky. Period. I don't have another thought. Like that's enough. It's just gross. Yeah. So I'm just happy that was highlighted.
It also really hit me. What were the exact words that he used when Joseph was like, when people were coming after you, I was the one that was like gunning for you. And I can't remember the exact verbiage that he used, but like used like, oh, there it is right there. Yeah.
There it is. Yep. Matt says Joseph saying the Middle Eastern kid was out there fighting for you was devastating.
That's what hit me about that segment.
Yeah.
Because you could even see how pained he was to say it. You know,
yeah, because as this is going on, without Joseph knowing, he's in the backyard trying to make sure that him and you know, Kyle and Turner are all safe because they're supposed to be working together. They're supposed to be friends. They're supposed to be tight, working together on the same page. And here we are, Kyle, you know, in the background is has other plans, obviously.
All right, I'm sorry. I've been trying to let some of these little comments go. Jason, I'm sorry. So you're saying they're blowing it out of proportion. Let's be honest, guys. Come on. What exactly is that? What do you believe is being blown out of proportion? I'm sorry. I have to know. Because I also saw this comment that Kyle is a good guy, and unless you're talking about me, falsities. So, you know, you're about to lose me on this one. So there's that. We'll wait for the response. But I was super happy with Jasmine, obviously, for highlighting that whole thing. And what's this?
Yeah, she really kind of hit it on the head with that whole statement.
She did. And I could leave some room for excusing some of these comments without knowing what else you're going to say to us. If you have not watched the feeds and some of that other stuff, because some of the context around some of the Kyle comments is really what the problem is. Mm-hmm. It's not so much just that you asked these questions via gameplay. It was everything else that came like with that. Okay. I mean, what you've really done here, Jason, by saying they are making a big deal out of it than what it needs to be. I do understand the underlying concept of what it means to blow something out of proportion. I just don't believe that that's what this was. Okay. But I do understand the concept. So there's that. So any Hoosers. As we move on, we did lose. We lost DJ Snow Time.
Goodbye.
Much to no one's. But as we enter now this double, I would also just like to add, I love how Canada does their double evictions. I think it's very, very fun to have 3 people on the block, and you're voting to save only one person.
Yeah.
However, there is something completely unparalleled, uncontested to the way that we do a double. When we get 1 week of Big Brother all in an hour I'm sorry, it is so fucking thrilling. I don't care how it turns out. It's so
what I think was especially great about this one too is like I feel like normally either it's what happened?
Well, there's 2 things. Actually, I'm not mad about Jason's comment. Actually, he said it's the way they edited it, bro. He's playing BB. Right. I do hear that. There's a little part of me that does sometimes wonder, like, at 750,000 in a house with a bunch of strangers. I don't know. Like, there's a part of me that is on board for some of that. The comment that actually made me look sideways was this. I do graphic designs. We need work done. Like, blah, blah,
God.
Blah. Get the fuck out of here. We're really proud of the graphic work that we've done. Okay? Get the hell out of here. Jordan FX10. Goodbye. Like, fuck off. We're not doing that. No. Get out of here. Report as spam.
As I was saying before that shameless self-promotion on our podcast.
Exactly. Block from restream chat.
Man.
What was so great about this double in particular was like, I feel like normally people see it coming a little bit, even like maybe the DR tips them off, like in asking them, like, if a double was to come, what would you do? And they kind of see it coming. We literally saw, as Terrance left the house, someone look at the clock, notice what time it was, and say, yeah, all right, so we have enough time for like the exit interview. Maybe we'll start the HOH and then we'll just see the rest of it next Sunday. Not a clue that a double was coming. And that was the moment that I was like, oh, this is going to be a good one, because they have had no time to plan for what a double might be. They just had a double. I'm sure nobody's expecting another one, maybe at all, but certainly not this soon.
Certainly not.
Right in that moment, I was like, this is going to be a good night.
Yeah.
And I felt like a lot of times when we've seen doubles in the past, we kind of just know what's going to happen. Like there's a side in the house that's been dominating, and maybe there's a couple people in there that if they win, it could be interesting, but then it ends up not being. And this felt like it could have gone in a couple different directions depending on who won.
There were so many ways this could have gone.
Yeah.
Right.
And it was just, I kept me on the edge of my seat the entire time. So.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so good.
Yeah.
It was a really good one.
No, it really was. Like I have no complaints with how any of this went.
And it's so funny because normally, like, even with doubles, like just in the episode, I'll be like checking my phone, scrolling, like looking away or whatever. I don't think I blinked for the second hour of this episode. I stopped breathing sometimes. Like it was just like the edge of my seat from start to finish.
I agree, but I read this ahead of time. That's why I started laughing. That is so crazy. Oh, we do some promotions here now? Let me promote my cleaning company. What are you, Turner? I'm sorry. Turner has a rug company. It's not
a rug
the same.
company.
It's not the same. It's not the same. No, I know that. I just want to have some fun. But speaking of, Turner is who took home the HOH on tonight during this.
We
double.
tied. Thank you very much.
Ooh, very nice, very nice.
I was sitting there on the edge of my bed shouting out the laser colors. I'm like, red, pink, green, orange. Is that pink or purple? I don't know. Let's see what card they put up.
Me too.
Like,
me too.
It was really. I was
watching.
When I can play along. I love it.
I was watching as if I was about to lose $750,000. I was so invested. Like, no, I gotta get this. I gotta get this right now.
I totally would have lost. I would have had the same showing as Alyssa, if not worse. I really did very bad. But
no, I tied with Turner. I was like, all right, come on, HOH.
Awesome. Good for you. Good for you. John, did you keep track of your points there?
I failed. I didn't do very well in this competition. So
be with me.
But yeah, did not do very well. But you know, it was fun. It was fun. It felt a little slow at times. This was like the slowest part of the episode, which felt like it's funny.
Oh man!
Not that it was
the competition just went on for a long time, but it was exciting the whole time.
It's not that it was a bad competition. It just felt like we always talk about how like a 2-hour episode of Big Brother is like some of it feels so slow or so boring or it's a lot of fluff. There wasn't really that much of that in this. I felt like we got a really good episode from start to finish.
Well, I really didn't need to hear about Alyssa's bedroom themes for 15 minutes.
That's fair. But for the most part, I felt like this episode was very good. But like this HOH comp, while I actually did like the comp, it just felt like a little bit slow to me, where it felt like things were crazy in the beginning of the episode and things got crazy towards the end again. And it was just like, this was kind of like a lull to me a little bit.
Oh man. I couldn't disagree more.
I liked the competition.
Oh, I loved it. I loved it. I loved the pace of it. It just really kept the suspense going. Every single moment, I thought it could go any way, and I loved it so much.
Yeah, that's what was great. That's what was great about this too. Is that like there was even a moment where it looked like Turner and Monty were pulling away, but then by the last question, Taylor was only 1 point behind. Like it was like very good.
When Turner and Monty both got the same question wrong, I was like, oh god. Like,
yeah,
what's gonna happen now? No, I love the pacing of this one. Like this one was really, really good, really good. Well, at least to me. So sorry,
I still liked the competition. I think that's what's funny. I think this episode was so good that like this that's what it means, like because they were just standing there answering questions, so it felt slower. But like in a normal episode, this probably would have been fine, this competition. But just this felt like the slowest part of it to me because there was so much else happening.
I'm surprised you think that because I definitely thought the veto went slower. I wasn't mad about it.
I quite literally did not breathe the entire veto competition. Like that one was so exciting because again, there were so many ways that it could have gone that I was literally any person who wins this is going to change the game.
I have so many comments about that too. Let's rush our way. Rush our way there.
I also the other reason I love the veto comp though was because
stop. Let's get there. Hold on. So, hold on. So Turner, wins the laser thing, right? And he puts up Brittany and Alyssa, which I can only assume is because if Brittany wins the veto, obviously she's going to opt to take herself down. Whereas if he would have put up Michael first and Brittany wins veto, then she would have removed Michael, right? Mm-hmm. That's the only point I wanted. I just want to get that out. Okay, now veto. So veto, super exciting. Okay, I clocked it, and I saw John clocked it too. This was super reminiscent of things that we have seen on the challenge, just on a smaller scale. And I was so.
I saw someone say this is a BB Can competition too.
Oh, is it?
I saw a couple people tweeting that it was a BB Can competition.
We only know a couple of seasons of BB Can. We don't know things. We're not those international warriors that everybody wants us to be. Our passports are not stamped. No, but we have seen this many times on the challenge.
Yeah, not so fast. We saw.
Yeah, I was so proud of you, John. Wait, hold on. Don't break my heart. Did you remember the name of the challenge when you tweeted this, or did you look it up?
I only remembered it because it was on this season of the Challenge USA.
So
if we hadn't,
you remembered it.
Yeah,
that's my fucking boy. Good. Listen, don't break my heart. Yeah. Don't break my heart. I'm so proud of you.
I remembered it. But I don't know if I would have remembered it if we didn't just see it so recently, though.
Okay, listen. Don't sell yourself short. That's when somebody says, "Oh my gosh, your shoes are so cute," and somebody says, "I got them from Payless." Don't do that. Don't do that. Like, your shoes are cute. It doesn't matter where they came from. It doesn't matter. Yeah, good for you. Good for you. I'm really proud. I was like, oh, I wish I remembered it. I was like, I just know I've seen this before. Yeah, so fun. So fun. And I don't think that was a mistake.
I don't think so either.
No. I think they're trying to put some more challenging challenges in Big Brother.
And what's fun is that the episode of the Challenge USA that we saw this competition in Not So Fast. Do you remember who did it? This was the elimination.
Was this Azza?
Kyland and Azza. So 2 Big Brother people playing it there too.
I love it. Oh, I love it. This is a great comp. I think it's really, really fun to watch. Yeah. As a viewer, it's very, very easy to see who's doing what and what's happening.
It was also very stressful to watch, though, because you would see people test it out to see how long their cord was, and I was like, oh god, and then they would run back and I'd be like, oh, okay, good.
Yes,
yeah, that's what was so exciting to me. Every time somebody started to run for it, I was like, oh my god, is this it? Is this it?
Yes, I agree, and that is an element to this that we don't get in Not So Fast. That made this really, really fun. And every time Michael made a run for it, I'm like, no!
My heart would literally stop. I was like, oh god, something happening.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, really good. So good. For anyone who didn't watch or doesn't know what this was, people were basically had a harness around their waist that was around this attached to this little rope that was now wrapped around all these poles and blah 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 blah, and you kind of had to like weave your way through to untangle the rope as yourself being the end of said rope, okay, and get yourself out and get your little, I don't know, of course, a Big Brother twist at the end. Put your little amp plug in it. Yeah, blah blah blah. Like, who cares about that part? Basically, you had to untangle yourself.
I think they called the competition "Amp It Up,"
something like that.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. I like that you take note of things like that. No, really, thank you. I'm not being sarcastic. I love that. Good. I just watched it like boo boo boo. So like super fun. But much to Michael's chagrin, Monty takes the win, which I wasn't really sure if he had or not. Like, I didn't really know what that was.
Because everything stopped, yeah.
Right. I'm excited to kind of watch that back because that just happened so quickly, and like it didn't even look like Monty was sure.
I was screaming when this happened.
Even though that's your winner pick.
There wasn't like a real reaction right away. Like everyone was just kind of walking around, and then finally Julie was like, Monty, congratulations!"
Right, because I don't.
You're
think
right.
anyone
Even
was sure.
Monty was looking around like, "Did I do it?
Did I win? Yeah. Is this good? Yeah, yeah,
man."
So Monty wins and kind of conspires with Turner. Like, this is the time to make a move.
And I was saying it too. If you did not take this shot at Michael right now, you will never get the opportunity again. He is going to final 2 if you don't get him out right now. And that is my winner pick. And I do think that Michael would deserve a win because he's an incredible competitor. However, for the good of literally every other person in this house, he has to go right now, or there is no way that anyone else is winning.
Right. Honestly, and for the good of the podcast, we need him to come. Because, like, what else are we going to talk about?
I love Michael. This was great TV.
Right.
It was great TV.
It was the best TV.
Yeah, and it was honestly like it was unexpected because I felt like we just expected him to win the veto, or did you have any doubt at all that Monty and Turner would act on this? Because we saw segments where they were talking about like,
sure, I really wasn't sure.
Like it was kind of like they, maybe they would work together to do each other's dirty work, and so Michael doesn't have to take out Brittany, and Monty doesn't have to take out Taylor, and Turner doesn't have to take out Alyssa. They can do it for each other and just keep winning HOHs. So I wasn't sure at first, and then I was very confused though by a comment that Monty made when he was playing pool with Turner in the backyard, and when they were playing billiards out there, and and they. But like there's seven people in the house, and Monty made this comment like while talking to Turner, like, yeah, maybe it's too early to take out Michael, because then like if he goes, then everyone's going to be gunning for us. I'm like, if you take him out, like that's the biggest threat gone. It makes it so much easier for you now. Like, why would you? Right. It's not like it's early in the game. There's not still 13 people in there. You're getting down to the end now. It's the pointy end.
Right. Except I don't remember this conversation at all. I agree. I don't remember it, so I can't really say much more than that. But I do agree. Oh, Gina has nothing. I thought. I literally said I had nothing else, so I thought you would chime in. I got nothing else. I disagree.
Okay. I mean, pretty cut and dry. I don't know.
All right. Good. So moving on. So Monty wins, and he makes a decision to remove Alyssa. Mm-hmm. Makes perfectly good sense.
Absolutely.
Perfectly good sense, yeah. And in that moment, now Turner decides to follow through with the plan and nominates Michael for eviction, leaving Michael and Brittany on the block.
And you heard Michael begging him not to put him up as he's about to start speaking, and I said, please don't do this. And I was like, please do it, please. And then he goes up on the block, we cut to commercial, and we come back, and we just hear yelling. I would give anything to have not had a commercial break in that moment. I want to know what happened in that moment more than anything.
Yeah. Oh my God, it was wild.
We're gonna get that on Sunday. They're gonna
better. I was so mad we didn't get that.
Come on. They always give us what happened during the double on Sunday's episode. They always give that to us. However, did you see my tweet? And I really stand behind it.
Oh, I think I did see this. Yes.
Yeah, let's start a GoFundMe for BB25.
Oh.
I said, can we all just donate $1 so that they don't have to pay these commercial advertisers, so that we can get to see everything? Can we just get a feeder experience for the double?
Like, give us commercials in the first hour, and then in the second hour, just give us straight through.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Because I don't give a fuck about that first hour. It's exactly what happened. Exactly happened. Like I want to see what's going on during the double from 9 to 10. I want no interruption. Okay. I want to just be sitting there. I want to be struggling to hold my pee because I can't leave. Okay. Like that's what I want. I want like edge of the bed suspense. Okay. So let's get it together. $1 from everyone who watches. I understand that we have been pulling in views of 3 to 4 million per episode, right? So I feel like if we can get $3.5 million together, then we don't have to advertise for this one night.
I like it.
Right? Come on, let's do it. Let's do it. You heard it here first. That's what we're doing. But anyway, sorry, I'm so busy like reading these. Her sandy bedroom. So Matt says, at least we got Alyssa talking about her fucking sandy bedroom.
Yeah, because we got like a 15-minute segment on Alyssa being like, my childhood bedroom was beach themed, and we had sand imported in, and then I also had a hammock, and then like that didn't last very long. So then we I don't care. I do not. I could not possibly care less about what your childhood bedroom looked like.
I feel like I
missed this. Was I on Twitter and I just like didn't notice any of this?
Because then Michael was like, oh my God, I couldn't even paint my bedroom walls, and you had a whole hammock and sand in your room. And then Brittany was like, oh my God, that was probably so hard to clean up. And I was like, why are we talking about this? Why is this happening right now? There's so much game talk that's happening right now that we could be listening to instead of this.
I remember this happening, but I feel like I erased it from my brain because like I completely forgot about it.
I was so annoyed.
I have why would you want sand in your bedroom?
I'm sorry. Are you trying to apply logic to Alyssa?
This is the same woman who said, "I love you so much, and I would, in any other scenario, spend the rest of my life with you.
Yeah.
But I cannot, and I also cannot have babies with you because you didn't use the veto on me." Okay, so like, you want to ask her about Stan in her bedroom? Like, listen, this girl's a mess. Like, it is really no surprise that she is still in this house. She's getting the Victoria treatment. All right, what was that?
16?
Yeah.
Was it 16?
I don't know. You know, I get my numbers all mixed up, and that's real. I blame you for the reason why I don't know my numbers. Yeah, because you gave me Big Brother, and what did you expect a loser like me to do? Of course, I'm going to watch every season I possibly can in rapid fire. So of course, everything is like
Victoria
one big
was Derek
blur
and
to
Cody,
me.
right?
That was the Derek and Cody season.
Then it was
Yeah.
16.
So okay, yeah, I don't know. I know what happened in the season in the context you talk about. I just don't know the number it happened.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Terrible. Yeah. Oh wow. So BB Twitter had actually posted about this.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Matt says, and the official BB Twitter was like, "What kind of bedroom would you have had?"
I was like, "What is this, Nickelodeon? Get out of here! I don't care about your bedroom."
Nickelodeon is also owned by Viacom. I'll have you know, you can find Nickelodeon content on Paramount Plus.
Shut up.
Shut up.
I feel like the Big Brother Twitter account sometimes is like
a disaster.
Terrible. It's just awful. Like,
It's my favorite.
Do you ever see when they put up those polls? They'll be like, and people will always like just drag them in the comments. Like 5 minutes before an eviction happens, they'll put up a 24-hour poll saying like, "Who do you think's going home tonight?" And like no one ever sees it until after the eviction. And it's like people will just be commenting like, "We already saw who went home. Why did you just ask us this?" Like they do stuff like that.
Or like they'll do stuff like that too, like in between the East Coast and West Coast airing. So like half the country has already seen it, but the other half is like, "What do you think is gonna happen?"
Yeah, they just like
I don't pay any attention to that account at all.
So tone deaf, like that account, and you would think like you would think that at least like the Twitter account, the official Twitter account of the show would be a little bit more tuned in to Twitter.
No.
No. It's not jury duty if Gina doesn't give us at least one.
Nor like.
Oh God!
Oh shit! Okay.
Totally off the rails.
I know. Who cares? You're all welcome. So Monty removes Alyssa, and Turner. Turner rises to the occasion like the king that he fucking is, and puts Michael up on the block, leaving Brittany and Michael there. Which is always how this should have ended. I love it. It's so delicious. I was here for every single moment of it.
I was worried at first when Turner had originally put up Alyssa and Brittany, because it was so probable, and I'm glad it didn't happen, but it was so probable that Michael could have won this veto. You kind of shoot yourself in the foot when that happens, because then you give Michael the opportunity to keep himself safe while also saving Brittany. Whereas if you put them both up from the get, he can only save himself, and you would at least have Brittany to send out. So I was very worried before the veto happened, but this worked out perfectly.
Yeah, I was surprised.
I do agree. I agree with that. Yeah.
I was surprised. Like, I honestly would have thought that like Michael and Brittany as the initial noms would have been the moves, that they couldn't save each other. But it does make sense, because then if Michael wins the veto, like, you didn't put him up, so you haven't pissed him off. Like if you put him up and then he wins it, he's gonna be like, "What the hell?"
No, that's fair. That's fair.
So leaving him off the block, thinking he's good going into the competition, now he's kind of like feeling okay still.
And I mean, you never know. Like, it could have lit a fire under him too if he knew that he was in danger of going home. That he maybe would have like tried to look like, at least like he was still trying because he knew that he had to save Brittany. But it's very different if he were on the block and had to save himself, I think.
Right, because there also might have been a part of Michael that felt that because he didn't actually put Turner in danger during his HOH, that maybe
he would have been
Turner,
fine.
yeah, that maybe Turner would have returned that favor. So maybe like that fire that we're talking about there, like maybe just didn't burn quite as brightly as maybe it should.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh well, thank goodness it didn't. Because we got what we needed. But before that, Michael's speech.
Oh my God.
This was wild. I feel like part of this, the reason this was so crazy too, was because I feel like Michael has been getting like increasingly annoyed with Brittany lately. Like,
right.
Once you're in this position, I feel like if Brittany hadn't been going around and like, making a final 2 deal with Turner, and then Michael's hearing that, but then also hearing that Brittany's trying to make an alliance with the girls. Like, now you hear that your supposed duo that you're a final 2 with is going around the house like making other deals. I feel like if he hadn't heard all that, he probably wouldn't have gone so hard in this speech here tonight. But like the way things are, you're
maybe he would have, because
it
was the only option
possible.
he really had.
I could see him trying to be like a little bit less harsh, but I feel like once you're fighting for your survival and like your supposed ally, your number one, is like walking around the house saying all this stuff and spinning things and freaking people out, like, now I'm gonna go in on you right now.
He was brutal, and her face during the entire speech, it was so hard to see because she was like he knocked the wind right out of her.
Right. It was hard to watch, but I have to agree with John on this one, because I was just like, she was already kind of putting in some of the work to make a move against him. And it's like, so now you want to sit here and you want to cry and say you were so offended by the fact that he said these things. And it's like, but he already knows that you were kind of moving against him. So yeah, I mean, like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm so happy that people agree with that. Like, I definitely thought that I was going to be like on an island by myself on that. Yeah, I was really yikes.
But he annihilated her.
He really did. It was uncomfortable to watch. Yeah. Because even she wasn't like, she didn't quite go that far. She was just like, like, listen, if I want to win, I guess I have to do this. Like, there was a. Only slightly to her credit, I do feel like there was a bit of hesitance from her in doing that. I can also appreciate that maybe that Michael in that moment wouldn't have any hesitance because he knows it's either him or her. But I don't know. It was just hard to watch. That was hard to watch. When you saw how much Brittany struggled with
oh my God,
with moving against him.
Her reaction to the speech too, just being like, "Oh my, Michael!" I think I heard her actually say, "Like, Michael, what are you doing?" Like,
yeah,
right? Like,
and then she immediately broke down.
Yeah, she was shook. Wow,
that was hard.
You saw her, like, she turned to him and said, "What are you doing?" And then immediately buried her head in her hands, and I was like, "Oh, like a dagger."
Oh yeah, and like, I think we mentioned it before on the pod, on a previous episode, but. Big ups to the camera people, really knowing where to zoom in, because there were moments even during his speech that they were like bonk, like right on Brittany. You're like, yeah. I almost felt like I was violating her privacy.
Right, I felt like I wasn't supposed to see it.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
Stop showing me her. I shouldn't be seeing this. Yeah. Oh, it was really very good. Again, like this is one of the best episodes we've seen in years.
Absolutely.
Completely agree.
Very, very good.
And Michael sees himself get completely smoked. Everybody votes for him. Michael evicted.
3-0.
I cheered so hard. I'm so sorry for the tenant that lives above. I'm so sorry. You would think that we were watching the Super Bowl down here. Okay?
We basically were.
This is my Super Bowl. Okay? Unless Beyonce's at it, I don't really care. So, like, this was everything to me. This was it. This was... Oh, so Matt wants to know, because, Matt is new to the Big Brother world, because Matt is really a survivor friend. Matt wants to know, are doubles normally this emotional / crazy?
No.
No.
No,
Yeah.
they're not.
Yeah.
They're usually
No.
way more predictable and not nearly. I mean, the person getting evicted sometimes is emotional, but like we always see it coming, so it's not like crazy to us.
Right. It's always something that we could have predicted. Even if it's like one of two potential options, it's always like, okay. All right.
Right.
It's usually like the typical Big Brother style of like you build it up and then it happens and it's like, all right.
Yeah, it's like they build it.
All right.
Yeah, it's like you get that first eviction, right? You get the first eviction. It's pretty much what's gonna happen, and then the double starts, and you're really, really pumped. And then as soon as the HOH is over, you're like, all right, whatever. Like,
I kind of see how this is gonna go.
Yeah.
I see some possibility for a detour, but 80-20, this is what's
yeah. Like, maybe if this person wins a veto, and like you're counting on someone to win a veto that hasn't won a comp all season. Like,
right.
like that's the only hope you have. Like it can still turn out.
Yeah.
It can still turn out that way.
Especially if the double is coming at it during a time where everybody's playing veto, then it's like, okay, all right, who knows? As long as like not
and
one
again,
person
like,
is left out.
Like we kind of touched on earlier, typically the house guests kind of see it coming. They're not usually this blindsided and have like no idea that double is coming. They usually like have at least an inkling where like on the feeds they've been talking about, all right, so if we get a double, what do we think the plan should be? They had there was no planning on this double.
Right.
Yeah, and I think because this double came right on the heels of the last double.
Right.
Like this was an awesome time to do this.
And sometimes there are only like one double in a season. So for all we know, they could have been like, all right, well, the double happened and now we're done,
Right.
Yeah.
This was great.
And since we already got to Michael leaving the house, his exit, he said,
oh my goodness.
To hell with y'all.
I thought he was gonna like go get something and actually say something.
No, he was like, everybody stay seated. I have something to say, and then peace.
Yeah. For a minute, I was like, oh, does he have something in his bag? And then I was like, no, he didn't pack a bag. I was like, wait a minute. And he just walked out the door. Goodbye. I said, I was saying this before. I was like,
walked out the door.
Goodbye. We had 2 evictions tonight, and not one hug was given.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Facts.
And they're like, I'm sorry. Like, again, I was so happy to see this double turn out this way. I was so happy to see that Michael was the one that was evicted. But make no mistake, I have no choice but to stan. That is some all-star shit that we saw this season. He is outrageous at this game.
Yeah. I think we'd see him back. I do.
Yeah, whatever. At least he did not break the final record set by Queen Janelle. He may have broken one of them, but at least he only tied, and it stops there. Get the fuck out of here before you fucking try it against my queen. Okay?
And I mean, like, I'm sorry.
Goodbye.
As big of a super fan as he is, like, yeah, he didn't win the game. He could not have asked for a better, like, this was an incredible season for him. As a super fan, to even say that you tied Janelle's record when you're such a huge fan of Janelle, to have won as many competitions as he did, to have gamed as well as he did, he should be so happy with how he did this season.
Oh, yeah. Yes, he should.
Yeah. And I feel like also, I feel like he really got to be a part of all of the classic Big Brother stuff. Like
I think he played every classic competition.
Right. Like all those competitions. No, he was OTEV.
No, he played OTEV.
There was something he missed the wall comp. That's what it was. He missed.
He was outgoing HOH on the wall comp. Yeah.
Yeah, he did miss the wall comp. But no, he did get to play everything else. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
He got OTEV. He got Zingbot. He got BB Comics. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think I would rate all those higher than.
So he's really going to get to have every single experience. So good for him.
Yeah.
Fairly well. But now I feel like things are really exciting because
literally anything can happen now.
Literally anything can happen. I think that other than Alyssa, and even she has somewhat of an argument. Depending on what the final two is, this can really go any way. Because, I mean, there's so much left to talk about, so I don't know if we should be doing too much speculation at this stage, but like, at least not tonight because it is 12:15. But like Alyssa and Monty, if that's our final two, I don't see any world where that's really happening. But if it did, I mean, who would you vote for? Based on what? They both won nothing.
Well, Monty's won an HOH and a veto now.
Oh, okay. Right. All right, fine. So tonight.
And he won an HOH also.
Oh, that's right. That's a little while ago.
Yeah.
That's fair. I was trying to make a little bit of an argument for Alyssa, but I guess you can't. Sorry, girl. Somebody tried. Someone tried. So no good.
I think if you look at like the votes, like the jury votes, like I feel like he would have Joseph's vote. I think he would have he'd have Taylor's vote in that situation, right? Like they've been working together. I mean, I feel like although I guess Taylor did talk about Alyssa having that like girls alliance with Brittany or whatever as a possibility, so maybe not. I don't know.
Right, it depends on how much more solidified that gets in this next 2 weeks. This end game is going to be really, really interesting. It's a very fractured group. You know, like where does Brittany go? Does she stick with this all girls thing? Does Taylor try to stick with Monty for this, final two like POC thing to see if like we can just repeat that again? I don't know. Like there's a lot of different.
So many ways it can go.
Right. There's a lot of different ways this can go.
I think I'd love.
Super exciting.
I think I'd love a Taylor, Turner, Monty final three. I think I'd love that.
I love it too. Yeah. Actually, there's really no version of this final three that I don't like at this stage.
It's exciting no matter what happens.
Right. Now that Michael's gone, I love it.
As much as he would have deserved to win, it would have been boring.
Right. So like, I don't know. I like every version of this. I'm fine with it. We do have some other things to get into.
We do. It was time.
Yeah, the first being our classic, our iconic segment, Julie Judgment. Bang, 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 bang! This is what the Lady Moonves wore on tonight. This little red number for our double, for our classic double. What do we think? What do you think?
I'd give it a tepid.
Give it a tepid.
See, I was here for it until Kyle reminded me of the other thing.
Yeah, but before you joined us in the studio tonight, John, I had uploaded the pictures of the Lady Moonves into Restream here. And I noticed I just noticed a similarity that jarred me. So this is what we wore on tonight for our double.
From a previous.
Yeah, and it wasn't that long ago. Because then I saw this and I was like, So like I wanted to give
Lizzie McGuire, you are an outfit repeater.
And it's like, before I go on the pod, for our our handful of friends, I checked YouTube and I think, what did I wear last night?
I used to have a list of every outfit that I wore on every episode to make sure I was never outfit repeating.
Right. I even knew I was wearing blue tonight.
A handwritten list.
Listen, I knew I had to wear a hat or a do-rag tonight because like my lines are incorrect. Okay, like no good. So I knew I had to do something. And I was like, oh, I want to wear my Yankees hat tonight, a little blue heart. And I was like, what did I wear last night? And I was like, yikes! I wore that hat last night. No good. So I went with this. And it's like, if I can do that for our podcast, I pay to produce. It seems to me, Julie, because like what came before this. So this is what we had tonight. The week prior, we had this thing, which we gave it tepid. And then it was this. So it's like way too soon.
So was that the last double? Uh-oh.
Even worse.
Consecutive doubles, consecutive red dresses. Julie.
Wow.
Girl.
Wow. You know that green one, greenish yellowish one that Julie was wearing. This looks like a top to me that like Arissa would rock on BB Can. But Julie, I don't think can pull it off.
Ooh.
Yikers.
That's a different layer of shred. You know, two ladies who have never met, that don't really know each other. Like it's just another level. You're a savage on tonight.
I give Julie's outfit for tonight a tepid, because I thought she looked pretty good for someone that couldn't remember where she was or what her name was. So, you know.
No.
Wow. Oof. I mean,
Rough.
is it really a gift that you got a tepid? Yikes. Gina, what do you say?
I have to agree. It's given tepid.
It's giving tepid. I have to be honest. I was going to give this a tepid, and I've been convinced otherwise.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, and I am dropping the Lady Moonves to a knot.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
I am.
Wow.
Because listen, my toes were only dipping in the tepid waters. Okay, when Gina now reminded me that we did the red dress thing for the last double, I'm sorry, that cannot be awarded with anything higher than a knot. I just can't do it. I can't do it. So I will be dragging her average down on tonight. On the best episode of the season, I am giving Julie a nod.
Ooh, that's rough. That's really rough.
Listen, after what we saw on tonight, she deserves it.
Good evening and welcome to Big Brother. I'm Julie Chen Moonves. Welcome to Double Eviction Night on our show.
Welcome to Double Eviction Night on our show.
Listen, she's disoriented.
Oh man.
Miss Costumes.
There was another one. There was another one where she was trying to say something. I think she was trying to tell Monty to get to the front of the room, but Monty was already at the front of the room. So she went, Monty, you gotta Brittany goes thank you, Monty, for being, and I was like, what is going on?
Yes.
Somehow that also eluded me.
Oh.
Yeah.
I noticed that also. That was coming in. That was like a weird moment, though. We were like just coming back from a commercial or something.
Yeah.
It was like, it was a weird, but I caught that also. That was Julie, man.
Rough go.
Really rough go. Like it really just should not be. I expect better from someone who's been doing this for, I was gonna say 24 seasons, but honestly, it's been more than 24 seasons.
Yeah.
Because we've got the celebrities, we've got the over the top. You've been doing this for far. It's basically been almost 30 seasons.
Yeah,
and
for more than 2 decades. 30 seasons, more than 2 decades.
This has been your primary job, especially because like the Chen Moonves household has really no other income, right? Because we already know.
Ooh. Right for the gullet.
Right for the gullet.
I'm just saying, like, we already know, Sir Moonves has had his troubles. So with that, this is the only reason why y'all is having dinner on tonight. You don't know where you are? Like, I mean, come on. Jason now's trying to be nice. Oh, look who softens up when it gets later in the night. Who knows what she's going through? Oh, I don't know. But we'll say a prayer for her tonight before we go to bed.
I would just hope that after 20 years, more than 20 years, and like we said, many seasons, that at the very least you could read the card. You shouldn't need to read a card to say
to know
good
your
evening.
own name.
Yeah. Good evening. Welcome to Big Brother.
Our show.
Yeah. So good evening. Welcome to Big Brother. I'm Julie Chen Moonves.
I know. It's because she was drunk. That's why. That's why it was happening. But even when I'm drunk, I'm good enough to say, this is Jury Duty, your favorite Big Brother podcast. I'm still here. I'm present. I know where I am.
We've only been doing this for a year.
Right. And I pay to be here. She's walking off stage, grabbing her check. The nerve.
Oh God!
But you know what time it is? Even though it's late, we do have to run through. We got to run through the BB comics. All right.
Well, but before we do the real BB comics, we got to talk about our BB comics.
Yes.
Oh boy.
I had already forgotten.
Much to
again
my chagrin.
Oh, I'm very sure. So for those of you who are new to Jury Duty, actually this is new for us as well. BB Comics is a very famous, classic, iconic, Big Brother competition. Where they take the, Big Brother house guests and make them into comic book heroes. And put them into the competition, blah, blah, blah. So we decided that this season we were going to draw our own comics based on our preseason winner picks. And we put the poll up on Twitter and Instagram. For the very first time, we went on both of our socials asking our friends what they thought. And things got rather heated.
It's got rather heated.
So,
voter fraud.
But listen, cheater, pumpkin eater. All right, I want.
There was a lot of voter fraud going on, and I will admit that Kyle Petty was at the forefront, but only because he was prompted because of a John Todd Dunphy.
Whoa, he's my middle name.
That's right. Your full legal government name.
Listen, I was not the first fraudster.
Ooh, there's a lot of stories.
I did not commit voter fraud. Okay, my work friends voted for me on their own accord.
So the first accusations of voter fraud really came
on their own accord.
I did not ask them to do anything.
I can't even take it.
If you posted it to your story, then you asked people. That's asking right there.
Okay, did we not all post to our stories?
Oh, all right. Now ask. All right, now ask.
I campaigned. I did not cause any fraud.
Now I will. Okay. Oh wow. There's a lot of different ways to stand on this argument. Now, I have to separate the two of these things. Now, campaigning on your story, I do not think is an offense. And I also think that it's not necessarily fraudulent to message people and say, vote for me. Because if they
Which I did not do.
Right. You didn't do that. But John and Kyle did.
Well, because I also had a total of like 10 votes for a while. So, I had to do something.
So you stuffed the ballot box.
Right. So it's not
I
really
didn't stuff anything. I was campaigning. I was campaigning for myself.
It's not completely fair for you to say that I committed voter fraud because I was losing. Like that just sounds like some fucking Trump shit. Like
Fair enough.
Oh my God.
Fair enough.
I'm just saying, like that's not really it. But I did match fire. I did match fire with fire.
I think that's the worst comparison anyone has ever given me. So thank you for that.
Jesus. Wow.
You just compared me to that man.
No, I didn't compare. I did not compare you. I compared your action. That's different. That's it. It was a moment in time. That's not you. Absolutely not. I will not go on record letting that one stand. No. However, on Instagram, things got really wild. Okay. Gina, as a result of her perceived voter fraud. Now, the reason why this came up is because in the group chat, no, it was not in the group chat. Gina messaged me separately. And she had said that somebody at her job had shared, her story and the voting thing, the voting poll, in their work group chat. And she saw a boost.
That was Paul. That was not me.
Listen, I didn't really take much issue with this. I wanted to because I just really wanted to win. So I kind of did stoke the fire on the voter fraud thing, but I wasn't really pursuing him actively. But I did throw it out there. I'm very big brotherish about it. I threw it out there just want to see what sticks. And John took it and ran with it. Okay, all of a sudden, John took the lead, all right, and we're seeing.
I was winning on Instagram, and all of a sudden, I refreshed it, and my bar was here, and John's bar was here, and I said, "What happened?"
Especially, because you were winning by a lot. You were really smoking us on Instagram. And let it be known that my picture absolutely was the worst. This is what Gina did. So Gina's winner pick was Michael. He did exit on tonight. This was Gina's winner pick. Listen. Not winner pick. It was her winner pick. This is also her comment. I kind of liked it. I thought it was really fun. Obviously using the veto shield as a Captain America thing going on here. Instead of dropping a mic, we're dropping all of our HOH keys. This was pretty legit to me.
Yeah, very good, very good.
Yeah, I thought it was great. I thought it was very good. Yeah,
and I told you actually one of my friends messaged me and said, "Listen, I voted for you out of loyalty, but your friend Gina has some art skills."
Yeah, that's BS. That was my vote. So. I deserved that. I earned it.
I don't know what to tell you.
Now, where did this message arrive at you, John?
Where did I receive it?
Yeah,
on Instagram.
Thank goodness. Because on Instagram, Gina was already by the time the whole thing ended, she was so low that one vote wouldn't have mattered anyway. So she can have it. It doesn't even matter.
All right.
Well, you're saying all right, but once we get to the Twitter vote, it really does matter. So it really
does. One vote made the difference.
Right. It really, it really does. It really does. This is what John did. Monty Mole. His winner pick was Monty, and he really went the Mario Party route, which I really appreciated. So Monty Mole, obviously being a character from Mario Party and the Nintendo conglomerate. As it is. Because Monty Mole shows up in a lot of things. I think his first appearance is in Super Mario World on Super Nintendo. Don't fact check me. This is not Snopes. But, so John went with the whack-a-mole concept, which I thought was brilliant. Really, really good. Great use of the colored pencils. I found this to be enjoyable. I actually thought you were going to win.
Yeah, Kyle went on record multiple times to say John had the best one. So thanks for that.
I'm sorry. But look at this. He even used Jasmine's correct name as Jasmine. I'm not saying that yours wasn't good, but you're getting all sassy. But I'm literally saying mine was the worst. And I'm saying yours was better than me, and you're still dissatisfied. I don't get it. This is what I did. I had Brittany. So I had the nerve to sign it too. Okay,
yeah, this signature is great.
I thought everyone would sign it. I thought that was a no-brainer. So this was Brittany. And so her last name is Hoops. So I went with the basketball theme. And, she's basically doing nothing. I feel like she's very confused, hence the question marks. And she's like, you have to win, Michael, for us. When it's really for him. And it's him shooting. And I made her the assistant, which I thought was pretty brilliant.
Yes. The assistant.
The assistant. Uh-oh. Sorry, Kyle. I already knew the answer. Mario debuted in Donkey Kong. Well, we weren't talking about Mario, though. We're talking about Monty Mole. Monty Mole. You were so excited to shut me down.
Shut me down.
Monty Mole could have shown up before Super Mario World. I don't want to say anything, but we ain't talking about Mario. Monty Mole. So Continue on your Snopes research as you keep trying to come for me. What is this at 12:32? I'm your friend, Matt. Like, what is this? We talk almost every day, man. How dare you? Who did you vote for? We'll talk about this off stage. Absolutely not. Like, no way. I won on Instagram. But I honestly, I really won on Instagram because I fought hard. I saw that John had his parents voting. You didn't see my mom in those poll results, okay? I didn't bring her into this. And she actually was with me as I drew this, and she goes, "Kyle, this is not good." And she's like, "I love you, but nobody has any appendages." And I said, "Get out of here!" Appendages. No, they don't. Nobody has any hands. Nobody has any.
Nobody has any hands.
That was my favorite part of the group chat. Was I wrote and they're like, "Y'all, I was doing so well." And like, how do people draw hands? My hand looks like a mess. And Kyle goes, "Y'all drew hands?"
I didn't even try hands. I just gave up.
Y'all drew hands?
I saw Michael and I thought Michael looked good enough. I was like, well, if Michael is throwing a basketball and he looks fine, what is Brittany needed for? She's not doing anything.
Oh my god.
God. So stupid. So I did win on Instagram because I saw that John was stuffing the ballot box. So I
come on now. Listen, okay.
John, John,
I absolutely was, but I did not do that.
You just didn't think that anybody was going to try you back. That's what it was.
I did not. I totally admit that I did that, but I didn't do it until after I'd seen that like 3 other Instagram accounts that you own had voted for yourself.
Okay, I mean, like, let's be honest. If you had other Instagram accounts, would you not have done that? Like, let's not be crazy. I used the Kyle Petty Show, which has been defunct since January, because I put all my eggs in the jury duty basket. Okay, and I used a Positively Petty account that is also defunct because I put my eggs in the Kyle Petty Show basket. I'm just passing my eggs along. Okay, but my measly little 2 votes did not compare to the fact that you got your parents involved, your brother-in-law, and whatever other little side businesses and all this other stuff. Like, the second I saw that Wesley was following us, I was like, what is
that
this
were voting,
bullshit?
and I said, hold on a minute.
Exactly, business. I mean, who are these people that don't follow us that are that are voting for John? Get the hell out of here.
It's very fun.
Total horseshit.
Very fun. But I came in second place on Instagram. I still got the least votes overall between both Instagram and Twitter, though. So
yeah, and quite honestly, that's really the only saving grace.
Wow.
On Twitter, things were a lot more exciting.
Oof.
There was no stuffing of the ballot box there. There was some hard campaigning going on in Twitter. I was really working the hashtag, doing everything I could. And what was it? 43 and 44?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep.
Kyle beat me by
44% of the vote.
Percent.
Yeah.
And this is the real victory. This is the real victory.
I finished with an astonishing 13% of the vote.
I have to say that did surprise me. That did surprise me. And I really did mean it when I said that morning. I was like, I feel like people are voting for me because mine is bad. And I just feel like they were laughing at the fact that it was so bad. They were voting for it for that reason. Like, I don't think people were trying to like troll me exactly. They were like, would you look at this fool? Let me just throw him a vote. And I think that the pity votes got me up there. That's all. That's all. Because Gina's is definitely better.
Thank you.
So that's it. But all we can say is that at the end of BB24, your boy KP took home the W.
That's right. That's right.
That's right. Sorry, kids. Sorry,
you
kids.
took all three crowns. You took the Instagram crown, the Twitter crown, and the overall crown.
I would have only given myself 2, but I will happily accept 3.
I honestly, though, this was so much fun. I was saying it the other night too. I think we have to do it. We have to do it again. It was very funny.
It was really fun. There was a suggestion that we kind of go back and do some other comics. I also don't see any reason why, even in the off season. So I know that we were discussing kind of doing BB Can 4 as a way of bringing in our Australian friends and our Canadian friends, bringing everybody together. There's absolutely no reason why we can't just do our own BB comics at that stage.
Yeah.
We can do whatever the hell we want. It's our shit.
Yeah.
You may have noticed that the Jury Duty logo has disappeared. And that is for a reason. And that is because we are going to review every single BB comic, okay? I want to make sure that the layout is correct. Here we are. Let's do it. So first up, Melissa. She shops till crime drops. I mean, whatever.
Like,
I'm.
My
Was it
thing
ever
is,
really
like,
said that she's a big shopper?
No, and that's what gets me is like I like my favorite comics are the ones that are relevant to the season. Something that the person did on the show that is relevant to and we had very few of those. But those are my favorite kinds. I will accept comics made in relation to people's outside the house jobs. I'll accept it. I don't love it, but I'll take it. We got so many comics that have nothing to do with nothing. And I said, what the hell is Melissa? What is that?
That was terrible. And Alyssa even said it. She was like, I don't really shop that much, but...
Oh, did she actually say that? She
said
that?
What is that?
Yeah.
That is, that's not good. Not good.
It's terrible.
Yeah. Ugh. Should we come up with like a sliding scale for these? Like scale of 1 to 5, 1 to 10, 1 to 3, like Julie Judgment. Pass, fail, middle. I think I like 3. Really strict. Tepid.
Oh, they fail. Bad.
Boo. Yeah, I think I agree with Gina here. I think this is just a total fail.
Damn.
And what's even happening? Like, is she just like what is happening? Is she just mad? Is she being attacked or something? And now she's just
like throwing shopping bags at people.
Like that's her weapon. Is she just like throws shopping bags?
Well, I think she's fighting. I feel like I don't know, man.
It's bad. It's terrible.
I wanted to say like she's fighting the fact that people are stealing something or whatever, but like I don't really know that they are stealing.
Honestly,
we're supposed to just assume because he's a man with bags, he's stealing things. That sounds not good in this climate.
It's like she shops till crime drops, and it looks like that man is like getting attacked. Like that's what it looks like.
It's so bad.
Right, I have to agree with Matt. Matt says they couldn't find any unique qualities for Liz. So it's just like all women like shopping, right?
Literally, that's what this is.
Yeah, it reeks of it. All right, well, Abira.
Worse. Somehow worse.
Yeah, what?
Yes.
What is this?
7% alcohol, 93% ass kicker.
What the hell is this?
It's so weird.
I'm actually just like, I don't know. Was there something on the feeds that maybe like she just loves beer or like something?
I didn't see anything like that.
And is it possible that we just didn't like her enough that we didn't pay any attention to it?
I don't think this is based in anything about anything.
So I had seen this before, but like I feel like the thing that stuck out to me was just the name at the top, just being Abira, and I was like, "That's."
And that was
really
the thing. Like
dumb.
they were like, "Oh, what's? We have nothing that we can say about her. So what's a pun we can make about her name? Amira, Abira. Fine, let's go with that."
Right. This viewing of it now is the first time that I'm realizing that she's not standing like next to the table punching that guy. She's actually coming out of the beer can.
She's in the beer can.
Yeah, I didn't realize that she was like in the beer can. It's just
like the genie from Aladdin.
Right.
Yeah, it's very very stupid. I think this is
terrible.
Complete fail.
Sorry. Honestly, it is the comic she deserves. Gratefully, the head itch in charge.
There was nothing about Brittany that you could have made. Like, I heard people on the feeds really reaching to try to figure out what this comic is. I do not think that they were like, oh, fleas like attach themselves to people. So obviously she attached herself to Mike. I think that's a reach. I don't think that this is based on anything.
I am so glad to hear that because I've been very disconnected from the feed and I'm working these 12-hour days. And I was like, did I miss something that makes this relevant? Like, I don't understand what Brit Flea is.
No. Again, Brittany, Brit Flea. What can we make out of her name? Because we have nothing else that we can think about. Like, even like you could do something with hypnotism that like she's like tried to hypnotize people in the house. It's also her job outside the house. There was absolutely a comic there. You could have done something with like that Zingbot talked about crazy eyes. You could have done something with that. There were absolutely things about Brittany you could have made a comic out of.
I think the only problem with the hypnotism thing is that has she told anyone else that that's what? Oh no, she has because of Alyssa.
She said she's a like talk therapy, like a She didn't call it hypnotism. She said something else, like guided meditation or something.
So maybe they should like stay away from that. But to that point,
That's fair.
I also kind of feel like you almost could have just done like the hypnotist or something because like even Alyssa was like, I don't even shop, and they gave me more Alyssa. You know what I mean? Like I feel like Brittany could have just been like, I don't know why they gave me that. You know, I don't know if people would have like.
You also could have also just done, you know, what we saw here tonight on Jury Duty, where somebody used hoops as the theme, you know, as like for basketball and such. You know, that
would have been a lot better.
Right.
It would have.
That was the winning picture.
I'm going to go ahead and say it. All three of ours were better than all three of our winner picks in the show.
At the end of this, we're going to have to compare each like side by side.
Absolutely.
You know? Matt asks a question here. I don't. Did you see Terrance and Taylor figuring out Brittany's comic and production giving them a zing?
I saw.
So that was on the feeds. They were trying to figure out what it was, and it was like I was saying before that they were like, "Oh, fleas like attach themselves to people." So she just like leached onto somebody and like attached herself to the game, and then Big Brother over the speakers like threw a zing sound effect in like right after Terrance.
Wait, zing!
Oh, really?
Yeah. But I don't think that was the intention. I think that was like, oh, yeah, you justified it. Cool. We absolutely didn't think of anything. So thank you for that.
We didn't think of it. So thank you. Thank you for helping us because we didn't know what to do with this. It's so upsetting that that's probably actually what it was.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Oh,
next up, we've got Old McDaniel. His killer veggies will make you scream. E-I, no.
What?
Oh my God.
Elvis was right there.
Right.
There was nothing that, like, what is this?
Do you think they have to pay Graceland for any Elvis references?
Well, I mean, if you look, there's some sort of a vegetable in the lower right corner that has an Elvis haircut. So that was their little way of like, it's still here.
This is why I feel like you could have gotten away with the hypnotism thing for Brittany, because like, what the hell is this? What does this have to do with anything? Old McDaniel? Why?
It's so bad.
Really bad. And I gotta be honest, while I have these on my computer, I didn't actually look at any of them. Like I didn't read any of these captions. So like I'm really, really taking this in for the first time now. And I would agree, this is a not.
It's awful.
We didn't rate the last one, but this is not. Well, everything's been a not so far. So
terrible. Yeah. But like, even if you didn't want to do the Elvis thing, like you could do something with like a musician. They even had like that rock. Daniel won that first HOH with the had to put the drums together and stuff. He's a musician. He always was talking about touring. I feel like you could have done so many other things. Like, why Old McDaniel? What is that?
That's nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate Daniel, so part of me feels like good. Give him a shitty, comic.
I was just about to say that, like, good. This is also the comic you deserve.
Right.
Yeah.
So maybe this is their way of like shading all these crappy house guests.
This is the way it's really sticking it to us.
Right? Because Kyle got shredded too.
Oh, we will get to Kyle's.
I can't wait to get to Kyle's. These are in alphabetical order. Okay, so here's Indy. The Brazilian waxer. She's got big wick energy.
They said, "Oh, she's Brazilian. Let's use that."
Yeah.
Right.
Lazy.
Right.
I did like the caption though. She's got big wick energy. That's fun.
Sure. I just wish it had literally anything to do with anything.
I feel like they could have done something with like her profession of being like a flight attendant, like being like on a plane or something. You know, like they could have done something.
They
like,
also could have
with like aviation, something to do with like aviation or something. I don't know.
Indy had a costume and a punishment on the season. How is that not here?
Yeah, that's true.
Yikes.
How did they not
Totally
use
right.
that?
Right.
That's very true. Very, very true.
Yeah.
This is just. It's almost like it almost feels like. No, I guess they couldn't have when you consider what like Taylor's is, but it almost feels like some of these were like they were just like, oh, let's just make these before the season starts. Once they have the cast.
I really feel like a number of them had to have been.
Right?
It's just,
like,
yeah,
oh,
some of it just feels very lazy.
yeah.
Yeah. Yikes. Here's Jasmine.
This is the best one.
Yeah.
By far, this is the best one.
We've got her with this boot and a crutch and a cast. This boot is holding a tray of muffins, one of which has been halved. The other part of the boot, I don't know, this little tubing thing, whatever you call this, now
like tentacles almost.
right, has like a death grip on the baker. Who has
Jasmine's
been
a super
ripped
villain,
out
I
of the
think.
muffin shop.
Yes.
I mean, this is just
This is
a
a
lot.
perfect
definitely-
BB comic.
For Jasmine. She's just choking out this poor baker over here.
How
Like,
dare
this
you
is
have
great.
my
This is-
muffin?
Everything about this is relevant to the season. The sprained ankle was a huge thing in Jasmine's game. The
Right.
muffins was like such a big segment for her. This is what I look for in a BB comic. This has
They also gave her
everything that you
two
look for.
sprained ankles, really. They gave her two.
Yeah, she's got two boots on.
But this one's perfect. And
This
I'm
one
annoyed
really
that
is.
Jasmine got the good one.
Right. That just shows that Grodner loves her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, unfortunately. Joseph gets shredded, kicking ass in his cardio.
It's just
cares?
boring. to me.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's boring. Like, whatever. Yeah. I will say that the mouth really does look like his mouth, though. But
I
that's
mean, he
it.
looks
Like,
good in it, but this theme is lame. Like, what is
Yeah.
that?
Sucks.
Yeah.
Boring. Totally boring. Not even worth talking about anymore. So Kyle is
They
next.
did this man so dirty.
Yeah, he gets named Rep Kyle. Crimes about to suffer reptile dysfunction.
That
Oof.
is just,
Yikes.
you know,
It's
wow.
Oh, it's so bad. I would be.
Yikes.
I would never show my face
Mortifying.
again. I would never show my face again if this is what the comic was. that
Yeah,
got
I would
at the end of
forego
the-
my stipend. I would not show up in any more jury segments.
my
Like that's it. Like I'm
God.
done. I'm done.
You don't
Oh,
think
it's so rough.
you don't think Kyle's gonna want to take this home and hang it on his wall?
Oh, it's so rough.
I think if he was a
Reptile.
true super fan, I think he still would. Like if this is Michael's, I think Michael would.
Oh, absolutely. But,
But,
oh,
like,
how
Kyle-
embarrassing.
Especially after the experience he's had.
This is
Don't even send
It's
it
just-
to me. Don't
it's
even
just
bother.
so looking at this comic makes me very uncomfortable, honestly. Like it's just like yeah,
Yeah.
whatever.
Oh god, everything
Yeah.
about it. Oh, they did him so
I don't
dirty.
like it. I don't like it.
I mean, I love it
But
because I know it's
I
going to
give
make
it
him
a hot.
embarrassed.
Yeah,
yeah,
Right.
give it a
I
hot.
like
I
it.
give
great
a hot. It's very
comic because
fun.
it drags
Very
him
fun.
to filth.
Yes,
very
I like it. I like it for the fact that it is like making fun of him and like, you know, it's just that's fun to me. But
It's so good.
it's hard to look at this.
I love it. Michael is the copycat. His army has 9 lives. Too bad you don't.
Mine is better.
I think yours is better. The cat
Yeah.
scanner 3.
What is the
1,000,
copy?
Like,
They really and like this is
what
where
does that
I
even
agree
mean?
with
Oh,
you that like.
because it's copying, I guess.
But I was gonna say like this is where I agree with you that like I feel like some of them were done early in the season because it's like oh Michael wore a shirt with cats on it on the first night in the house. Cool.
Yeah.
Let's use that. Like, there was so much for Michael. Michael's done literally everything in this game. There was no shortage of material here.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I also would have liked if they like kind of played around with the whole like his fake profession of like working at an escape room. If they did some kind of like escape artist thing or something, you know, like
there was
I thought
so
that
much
could have even been fun.
material.
This
I
just
thought
feels
for
like
sure Michael was
boring...
going to get a good one.
Yeah, this just feels boring again to me.
Total snooze. Yeah, who cares? I mean, it's cute,
copy.
But
he's just standing there scanning a cat. Okay, whatever.
What is that?
Oh, is Lila the name of his cat?
I just clocked that too.
And what is Noob 22?
Wait, where are you even seeing that?
At the bottom left. You know, because I'm full screen on my screen because I'm sharing it.
Oh, I think.
Your name is covering it.
Your name might be covering it. Yeah.
Yeah, it says NOBB22.
No, BB22. What was season 22? All Stars?
How do you turn that off? You can't turn it off. It's just there. Sorry.
Has he been like shading All Stars?
Oh, I don't know. Oh, no BB.
No BB22.
And, oh, right. Maybe.
You said
we'll have to look into Noob 22. Yeah, we'll have to. Yeah, we'll have to look into this further. We'll discuss it on Monday. Monty, here we are. The Count of Monte Twisto.
What the hell?
Just old twists. I don't.
I think this is so dumb.
I know Zingbot said that Monty's boring, but there was literally nothing you can make a comic out of. This entire comic is about other seasons. It's got nothing to do with this season. Like, it's all other seasons.
And I did see that. I did see people saying on Twitter that like Monty actually had to say a couple times like, "No, I don't have like a power or anything. Like, I don't know why that was my comic. Like it just doesn't make any sense. He's never participated in any of these twists. Like, you know, like it doesn't make any sense to me. And it's like they tried to make this one really exciting. It's like, wow, look at how much is going on in this comic. Because some of them seem like Joseph's shredded comic. It's just him punching two guys. There's nothing else in the picture. Look at how much more is going on in this picture.
But it's all twists from other seasons. The Tree of Temptation is in there. The BB Hacker is in there. The reset button is in there. What does any of that have to do with what's happening here?
Exactly. That's why I don't understand it. It's like so much effort was put into this comic
also,
to make it look like wild. But
look at this sweater. It says Big Brochella. Like, didn't he win like nothing? Like
nothing.
Like, why is that even on his sweater? Like, this makes absolutely no sense. Like, this really
and also
sucks.
like at the very least, if you're gonna put other people in the comic, make it look like them. What is happening to Dan Giesling in this comic? Why does he look like that? Dan Giesling does not look like that.
No.
Man.
I only know Frankie Grande because of the hair. I only know that blue-haired lady because she's a blue-haired lady. I only know Danny because of the beard.
I think that's Brittany next to Dan.
This is just really bad. This is bad.
It's so bad.
This might be one of the worst. I'll have to see what else comes up. Again,
I'm just so confused.
It sucks. Just sucks. Total not. Here's Nicole. The short order shook.
Crook.
Oof. Oh my god. I told you I haven't looked at these. I was like, what is that? I'm like, this busted ass H. I'm like, I don't get it. The short order crook. Her food is killer.
Like, fine, she's a chef. Cool, whatever.
Right. What of the competition did she kill? She went out pre-jury.
Yeah. She got blindsided like 3 weeks in a row and then went home.
Sucks. Totally sucks. I would give it a knot.
Yeah, I totally give it a knot.
Even to the googly-eyed mushrooms. Like, get out of here. And she's holding what? A pizza cutter and a spatula?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
All right, whatever.
What a disaster. The pooch.
I hate it.
Yeah,
Crime's
really
about
weird.
to get boned. This is unacceptable.
I hate it. What is this? I hate it.
The way you read that was so ridiculous.
Crime's about to get boned. I mean, listen. I love the googly-eyed dog behind the fence. That's very fun.
Oh my god, I didn't even see that.
Yeah. I like him.
God.
I like that the pooch is written in all bones. I guess that's cute. But otherwise, and
why is his head so much bigger than his body?
Right.
Yeah,
what is his tongue doing? What's happening? I'm very concerned for this poor man's asshole. I don't know.
Oh, I
it
hate
looks like
it.
this is about to get really wild. I would not want to be boned by the pooch. And the man's running away with money. What is this supposed to be?
I don't like it.
I hate it.
Terrible. It's a not. Next up, we got the Taylor chip. One bite and she's just ready to fight.
When I saw that typo, I lost my mind.
I'm so glad you pointed it out because I didn't notice it.
All of the channels that this had to go through, and not one person in all of the editing of this clocked that there was a typo on it. Not one person.
Right?
Nobody.
BB
Twitter had to find it.
Not even Entertainment Weekly. They posted it. No shame.
No, BB Twitter found it.
Easily. Right. Even Entertainment Weekly could have been like, hey guys, this is not correct. And they could have gone back to Canva and fixed it. But no.
One bite and she's as ready to fight.
But again, at least this one has something to do with the season. There has been multiple segments about Taylor with the chips. I'll accept this. This is fine. I'm here for this. Yeah. She looks great.
Yes, she looks great. I like it overall. I don't know if the Taylor chip just. I don't know. I just don't like the way it sounds. but I like the comic overall.
I thought this was cute. I actually listen. I like cheesy puns and shit like that. Like the Taylor chip, I was really on board.
This is definitely one of the best ones.
Yeah, I like it.
I agree that this is one of the best comics. I don't know. I don't like the way it sounds for some reason.
It's one of the best, but it's still not great. It's just the best of the worst. Yeah. Yikes. But I don't know.
I feel weird saying it. Taylor chip.
If there was just no typo, I'd be 100% on board for this.
Right.
Yeah. DJ Snowtime, his beats are super chill. Whatever.
Fine. Again, he had a punishment where he had to wear, he did the whole 182 tattoos. You couldn't do anything with that?
Yeah.
Nope. No. Instead, we'll make him snowy during a season of Big Brother, especially all of American Big Brother. Honestly, there's always summery themes. Let's give Terrance the winter. So stupid. Just so stupid. Honestly, that's what Terrance deserves, though, because he sucks. So, you don't really... you don't even deserve a good comic. You got exactly what was coming to you. Wow. Matt says, Terrance looks like a rejected Pokemon Ice Gym leader. No lies detected.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Here's Turner. Rug of War. He's tough as nails. Okay.
It's fine.
All right. Well, I mean, it's fine. All right. Except for the fact, Rug of War, cute. He's tough as nails. You're also kind of got a tough as nails reference in there. Good for you, CBS, Viacom/Paramount. Good for y'all. The cross promotion. What is with this? What is this gun? Is this what is this
sewing?
Gun? Oh, is this a sewing thing? Because it's really rather close to this man's genitalia.
Right. Y'all are not on TikTok, so you don't know rug talk like I do. So it's this
rug
thing
talk.
That's been there's this thing that's been circulating around that you hang up the big canvas or whatever, and there's this gun that has the fiber material, whatever it is in it, and you just shoot the design into it like a gun. And that's how you make the rugs. That's a thing that's been going around on TikTok. So I actually that is just how you make a rug, I guess.
All right. So you give
it doesn't
so you
change
give it a hot?
the fact that it is questionably placed on the comic.
So you give this a hot.
Uncomfortable.
I don't say I give it a hot. I'm just saying I know what the gun is.
I felt like you were giving it a hot.
No, it's fine.
So what would you say was the best comic?
Jasmine's.
Yeah, I'd have to agree.
I hate that I agree.
And again, I think all three of ours are better than Monty's, Michael's, and Brittany's.
That's terrible news.
That's terrible news.
It is. It is. It's not good. It embarrasses me. It embarrasses me for them. Because we just drew this during our Labor Day weekend. You know, they really, you know, they really had some time. They really had some time. They had a real chance to make this right. Before we sign out of here, because it is late. It's very late.
It is so late.
It's very late.
I thought it would be very good just to very quickly. Here's Monty again, the Count of Monte Twisto.
Oh, God.
And this was John's. So what would you say? What would you say?
John's was better.
That John's was better. Yeah, I do agree. I agree. This was Michael's, the copycat. Okay. And this is what Gina submitted. The Comp Beast. I agree. This was better. I mean, this is in line with what the season was. If you knew nothing else about Michael and you only watched Big Brother the game, not some of the extra stuff about his cats, which I don't even know that you really would have known about if you weren't a feeder.
He literally just wore a cat shirt on the first day.
Right. Unless maybe there could have been some hints to that with some of the notes from Hayden. I don't really remember. Maybe they mentioned.
I mean, he owns cats, like.
Right, but it wasn't really. I don't really think it was totally part of his aesthetic until they made it so. Yeah. And this was Brittany's Brit Flea. And this is what I did.
And as the winner of our competition, yours is better.
It's better.
We have to accept that as truth. We have Matt says he has pictures of his cats during one of his HOHs.
All right.
There were so many of them. Who remembers? Well, I guess you. So thank you for that. I'm not going to fact check. I believe you. All right, it's 1:05 our time. Yeah.
We tie-ties.
We are totes exhausties. So what do we have coming up? We have on Monday, we will be discussing Sunday night's episode of, obviously Big Brother 24. We'll be live at 9:30 discussing who now wins the next HOH as we head into our week with our final 5.
Do we have a Sunday episode that's coming up that's at 8:30? Did I hear Julie say that?
Yeah, this week is at 8:30. This Sunday. Yeah, I think the following week is at 8:30 also. I think Hamster Watts kind of told us that.
Are we still doing 9:30 then? Or
we go on Monday, so it wouldn't affect us.
Yeah, we're on Monday.
Oh my God. What am I thinking? That's how tired I am. That I'm blending 2 days together.
I understand. We do have schedule changes, so it's really great that you said that. We are at the finale of the Challenge USA. That is on Wednesday. Right? That is from 9 to 11. So once again, we'll be coming to you at 11:15 p.m., recapping everything that happened in the Challenge USA finale. And hopefully then we get some clarity around who is going to the global competition. I'd love to say more on that on Wednesday, but only if we're given the information. Otherwise, we are still live on Thursday. Following the eviction. So that should be at 10:30. All right, we're back to taking the whole half hour. All right, so get a snack, have a tinkle, and come join us. Okay, so that's the week ahead. Do we have anything else for the benefit of the community?
The only other thing that I would say is that if we have any audio listeners, that are kind enough to listen to us but haven't been able to see our comics, head over to our socials at BB Jury Duty, and you can see our comics. So I'm sure you've probably seen the BB comics on the show, so check ours out too, if you haven't already.
It's all there. It's all there. And you can find us on the socials at BB Jury Duty. We love consistency. So Instagram, Twitter, it's all the same. Gina, do you have anything else for our friends?
That's all I got.
All right. Thank you for hanging out tonight. This was Jury Duty, your favorite Big Brother podcast. I know, very presumptuous. So again, you can find us on the socials of BB Jury Duty or on our website at bbjuryduty.com. So thanks for hanging, and we'll see you Monday. Thanks a lot.